Where is the people at? Where is the people? Face eating. Where's the people? Told the children I was live. Hopefully they see it. And they come over here. Uh, oh. He back here my story. I bitch feel special. I feel special. I feel special. Oh, where is the people, child? I'm gonna have to end this. Shit. Ain't nobody in here. I told y'all I was going live, baby. Where the people at? This might be a fluke. Hello, 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 everybody. Please, when you come in the room, make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button. Please say hello as you all enter the room. If you're new here, I'm your girl Precious. This is the Precious B channel. Happy New Year to you all. We made it to 2026. Okay, I'm happy to see you all. I'm in the middle of doing something real quick. I'm trying to multitask. Okay, I am in the process of multitasking. But please say hi. Hello, hello, hello. So we are going to be talking about my year and what I got up to. Okay, I mean y'all saw parts of it when I did my auntie outside. Okay. I also talked about like when I went to the Breezy Bowl. I felt like that video was a little chaotic though. So I'm gonna try and have my thoughts a little more together here, if that makes sense. Hello, 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 Severino. Hello, how are you? To everybody who just entered the room, hi, hello, and welcome. Happy New Year to you all. Happy 2026. I'm your girl, Precious. This is the Precious B channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. If you've been here before, what it do, baby boo. Shout out to you. I wish you a prosperous and a beautiful new year. This is my end of year recap. I was gonna give you guys my fragrance trade the end of December, but because I'm in the middle of doing something a little investigational, um, that's just gonna have to wait for another day. So y'all probably get that when I come back. Um, week after next, not next week, but the week after next. But hi, hello, and welcome you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up button as you enter the room. Also, if you do not know, I do have a perfectly curated playlist. Just my 2 cents. New hair. Who is this? Auntie Outside, Bridgerton, Black Cinema. What you reading? What you sipping on? Um, Bridgerton and everything of that nature. Um, of course, there's the live playlist where you guys can go back and watch all of my live videos that I've done. So my year in recap, right? So basically, as you guys know, my year started with me last year. Of course, it started with me getting under my table and drinking this very nasty prosecco. Because I don't eat grapes. If you did not see the live that I did with my parasocial friend Duran Cersei, he asked me about that, and he asked me like, why was I under the table drinking? Because I don't like grapes. I don't like the texture of grapes. I don't like the way grapes taste in my mouth. They're just nasty. Um, so I'm not a fan of grapes, so I prefer to drink my grapes like I am tonight. I am drinking a Via Prosecco, which I drank last night at midnight. If you want to see that video, you go on over to my Instagram channel, the Precious B channel IG, and you will see. Um, did I put these numbers in there? I might have. Hold on. Um, so yeah. So I started my year off last year with drinking a prosecco under the table, and I basically manifested that for the year I was going to start dating. I was going to travel more. Um, excuse me. I was going to be more empathetic and understanding to people. I was going to really fully put forth effort to really put content on my YouTube channel. I feel like I sort of kind of did that with my YouTube. Um, but I definitely feel like I manifested a lot of things, like not, um, truly being hello a people pleaser. I feel like that was something like I really was trying my best not to be, and that was something like I try to manifest for myself, and I feel like that is something I did sort of kind of accomplish, and just making sure that like I put my best foot forward for me, if that makes sense, and continuing my healing journey because I'll never not be healed. I feel like we're always going to be in a place of healing and trying to be um will always be. Of course, January was uneventful for real because I mean January. I did start talking to somebody. Did I start talking to them in January? I think I started communicating with somebody like towards the end of January. So by the time we got to, or was it the beginning of February? Like end of January, beginning of February, I started talking to somebody because I said, you know what, I am going to get out there, start dating. So if somebody, you know, shows that they're interested in me, I am going to put my best foot forward and see where it goes. And I did that around February, March ish. I had started talking to someone and it didn't go as planned. We went out on one outing or date. It didn't go as planned. And then I was like, okay, cool. I tried it. There we go. And I kind of was like, you know what? I'm still open to dating, but right now I'm gonna just cool it now. And then by June, went to I had my birthday party in February because y'all know I'm a February baby. Had my birthday party. It was beautiful, extravagant. I ate. Um, my cousin, who I love, she gifted me Beyonce tickets to go see Beyonce for, as my birthday present. So that was probably the most exciting thing that had happened the beginning of the year. Because I had already said that I had wanted to see Beyonce, a manifestation. I had manifested seeing Beyonce. And I was like, I'm going to go see Beyonce. And that was something that I manifested. And just so happened to be, my cousin surprised me for my birthday with tickets to go see Beyonce. I invited my best friend Erica Chrissy over to Erica Chrissy channel. You guys can check out her channel. I invited her. She said yes. We started planning. You know, a lot of stuff happened. Um, oh, something was wrong. I think I did it wrong. So started planning for that. Started planning for that. Of course, in the process of planning for that, my niece had a birthday party, did all of that. My bestie had her birthday party. That's where I met the person that I'm currently dating. We of course went to high school together, but it's kind of one of those things where like, you know people, you see people, but you're not really checking for them, or they might not be checking for you, or they checking for you, but they can't because of situations and circumstances and all that jazz. So we reconnected, started talking, and went from there. I was open to the idea of dating someone because I did say I wanted to get back out there and start dating. For those who don't know, I was celibate for 7 years, and some of you may not understand the difference between celibacy and abstinence. Abstinence means where you abstain from having sex. Celibacy is where you literally are, with oneself. You abstain from sex, dating, interaction with other people. And that's something that I had to do for 7 years because abstaining for me don't ever work. And that might sound bad. But it's like I feel like sometimes people will say all the right things to attract you, but I feel like with celibacy, it truly had to be I don't want a relationship, period. Especially because I was coming off of a 2.5, 3 year situationship with somebody who I thought I was in love with. That was not the case. Um, shit. Uh, it's pissing me off. What was I saying? Yeah. So yeah, I was celibate. Like I wasn't dating. I wasn't none of that. Started dating somebody. Went and saw Beyonce, which is technically one of my accomplishments for the year. I was gonna do an accomplishment cake, but I was like, I don't like to do trendy things. Like I like to do trends, but I don't like to do trends. I'm one of them people. That's probably one of the most baby boomer things about me. I don't give a fuck about no trend. I kind of like to do my own thing, or remix it a little bit. So, my accomplishments, of course, for 2024 is that I manifested. I was going to go see Beyonce. I went and saw Beyonce. Of course, that was courtesy of my cousin. So shout out to my motherfucking cousin. Period. Um, I rode the train to go see Beyonce with my best friend, and it was an amazing time. It was chaotic, but it was amazing. I danced, I sang, I laughed, I cried. I had a motherfucking ball. It is still, if you were to ask me, Precious, what was the highlight of your 2025? Going to see Beyonce. Not only going to see Beyonce, but traveling to Atlanta, which was a place that I always wanted to go. I always wanted to go to Atlanta. I definitely want to go to Atlanta again. Even if I got to go to Atlanta by myself. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are other people that want to go with me to Atlanta, but I'm not getting on the airplane. That's something drugs, like heavy anxiety medication, would have to get me on an airplane. Okay, thank you. But I went and saw Beyonce. I got to experience Atlanta. I went to see Martin Luther King's house. That like Atlanta and Beyonce was the highlight of my 2025 because I have loved Beyonce since I was a little girl. So it's like y'all know how I feel about Chris Brown. Double that, triple that is how I feel about Beyonce. Like Beyonce is the artist of my life. Like if there was one bitch who in my mind I believe that I am, it's Beyonce. Like whenever I sing a Destiny Child song, I am Beyonce. I mean I'm Kelly and Michelle too, but I'm Beyonce. When I sing a Beyonce song, I am Beyonce. I am Beyonce. Bitch, I am her, she is me. Bitch, Sasha Fierce, okay? That's who I be, okay? I love that lady. Like I love Beyonce. Like Beyonce is the type of artist who make you feel powerful to be a black woman, who makes you feel like it's okay to be sexy. She makes you feel powerful to be black. So like, bitch, I love Beyonce. Okay. The accomplishment highlight of my year was going to see Beyonce. I saw motherfucking Beyonce. Period. Um, what else? I guess another accomplishment that I had for the year would be that I went and saw Chris Brown twice and I was on the floor. And again, this is things that I manifest. I said that if I go see Chris Brown again, I'm gonna be on the floor. And so me and my best friend, she was like, "Hey, you wanna go see Chris Brown? Bet. You want floor seats? This is the amount of money it's gonna be. Paid the money. Boom. I went and saw that man twice. Listen, I just need for Chris to understand. I don't need you going on a tour this year. I need you to wait a year. Okay. Thank you. Okay. My pockets, my knees. We need to get ourselves together. Thank you. Seeing Chris Brown not once but twice, I do recommend if there's an artist that you love, go see them twice. Go see them twice. I am kind of sad that I didn't get to see Beyonce twice because I did want to see her twice. Um, and I now know that the next time Beyonce goes on tour, I want to see her in Atlanta because I had a fucking amazing time in Atlanta. And I also possibly want to see her in either DC because it's closer to me, or I might have to swallow all of my fears and get on a plane and go to Vegas to see her. I know, I know. That's a lot for me, but that's something we gonna get over. Okay, conquer our fear. I might have to get hypnotized or something, because I think it's a thing where you could be hypnotized. I think I might have to get hypnotized to get over my fear of flying. I think that might be something I have to do, like be hypnotized, because I'm a Pisces, be delusional. So I have to trick myself, brainwash myself a little bit. That might be something I have to do. Um, of course, another accomplishment or manifestation for the year was the fact that I was open to dating again, open to love. That was something that was very I'm not gonna say important to me, but it was something that I wanted to see if I was truly ready. Um, and I feel like wow, this season of dating for me is different because I am in my 30s. I'm a grown ass lady. And so dating in your 30s versus dating in your 20s and your teens is so different because you've been able to experience life and you know what you do and don't want, what you will and won't put up with, your boundaries, your yes and no's. So I feel like dating now is so different because I know who I am as a person and I know what I will and won't put up with. And I feel like I communicate differently, to where I can say, hey, I don't like this, or that's not okay, rather than holding those feelings down and not speaking how I feel. We're still working on better communication. That is still something we're doing. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hello. If you're just getting in the room, hi, hello. I stopped comparing myself to other people. That is something that I felt like towards the mid end of the year was something that I truly had to do was stop comparing myself to others. And that meant along my journey in life as well as a content creator, like stop comparing my numbers and my views and my likes. My journey is mine, their journey is theirs. And that's something that I felt like I had to do. Um, and that's a very big thing is your path is yours, their path is theirs. Everybody doing their own thing. I learned, and I'm still learning. It's okay to choose me. It's okay to say, no, I need a day for me. I need peace. I need solidarity. I need space. I just need to be left alone to be. And I feel like some people, that might still be a hard concept for them to understand what boundary is. But for me, I am going to stand 10 toes down on my boundary. You're not going to say things to me that I deem inappropriate. You're not going to say things to me that are unkind. You're not going to, no, we're not. We're not doing that. We're not. Okay, so we're learning to choose ourselves. Um, I traveled to 3 different states or cities, if you will. I traveled to Pennsylvania. I went to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I would have loved to actually go to Hershey Park, um, but the logistics of the trip wasn't quite where it should have been. Um, but I had fun in Pennsylvania seeing my man, because y'all know I love him. I traveled to Atlanta. I definitely want to go back to Atlanta. I definitely feel like the next time I plan a trip to Atlanta, I am going to plan it to where I have more days. And I definitely feel like my next trip to Atlanta should not be planned around a concert. Um, and if it is, I'm going to get there early than expected. Um, and of course, I got to go to DC, and again, I think I also have to the next time plan a little better, so I have time and space to explore DC a little more. I rode the metro, and I sort of kind of conquered my fear of escalators. I have PTSD when it comes to escalators, and I know I'm like, it ain't nothing but moving stairs, right? They're moving stairs. They move. They have a motor, bitch. If you have like long things they can catch, then you can die. People have died on escalators. Okay, I just want y'all to know that. So yeah, I just thought y'all should know. Um, I am, or one of the things I feel like I may have accomplished is learning how to be better understanding of the people around me and be a little more empathetic and less judgy. That's still something I'm learning. I'm still learning. That's 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 something we're still learning. Okay, we haven't fully accomplished it, but that is something we're learning to help us grow as a person. Because not everybody has had 7 years to get their shit together like me. Not everybody. No, yes, it's their nose. So we're still learning how to be a better person. Um, because no matter where you think you are in life, the best way to elevate as a person is to learn where you can grow to be a better person. Okay, some of y'all might need to do that. I am learning to embrace my natural hair and everything that comes along with it. This scarf is trying to come off, so I might as well, because we are talking. But I am learning to embrace my grays. Okay, she is in her 30s. Okay, okay, and gray hair comes along with being in your 30s. Okay, um, people have asked me on several occasions would I dye my hair. No, no, I'm not gonna. If I wanted to look like a different color, I'll buy a wig. This is my hair in its natural state, in her natural glory, and that's just what it is. Okay, call me Cruella de Vil, bitch. Hide the puppies. Um, it's Cruella, hide the puppies, or bitch, call me the Bride of Frankenstein. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I am learning to embrace my natural hair because it grows out of my head. It is my hair. It is what makes me me. It is mine. Okay? In a world where society wants you to look like everybody and everybody, la di da di, bitch, I like to look like me. That's what sets me apart. Period. Um, I'm learning to be myself. I'm learning how to be precious and what that means to be precious and how to be precious and navigate the adult version of precious. If that makes sense. And again, I saw my man and I saw Beyonce, the loves of my life. Okay. Um, but I can honestly say, like, again, the highlight of my year was seeing Beyonce. Like, yes, I saw Chris Brown. Right. But I saw Beyonce. Right? Because I had already seen Chris Brown a year prior. And some of y'all might say, oh, that it's not worship. When when I talked about it in my Breezy Bowl recap, how, Chris Brown was a light in a very dark time in my life. Beyonce also served the exact same purpose because her B Day album had came out in '05, right? That album was 20 years old. And or did it come out '06? '05, '06, one of the two. And they served a very big purpose in my life, helping me reconnect back to life and not dwell in a negative space because the place I've known as my home all my life, I can never go back to. So, just like Chris Brown, Beyonce also served that purpose. But again, I loved her years longer than I loved him because Destiny's Children. Okay. Um, what else? What else? Um, I'm trying to think what else, y'all. What else is my recap for the year? Oh, I went live. I manifested a very long time ago, which I said this time too. I manifested that I was eventually going to talk to the owner of Jazar's Couture. I was like, I'm gonna have her on my channel. We're gonna talk. Of course, I initially wanted to do it on Instagram, but then Instagram was like, well, if you ain't got 1,000 subscribers or followers, you can't go live no more. And it's just like, y'all ain't shit. But I got to talk to her, and I love that because she another. That's my friend. That's my friend. That is my friend. Okay, that's my friend. And I loved talking to her and, getting to know like why she decided to start her business, what are her plans for the future of her business moving forward, and things of that nature. And if y'all have not seen that live, y'all could go watch it. It's a two-part live because we had technical difficulties in the first part. I got to speak to another one of my parasocial friends, Duran Cersei. I manifested that because I saw him talking to everybody on his podcast, sit downs, and I was like, I need to be on there. And just so happened I got on his live. He was like, you need to be on here. And so, he contacted me. We was chit chatting. I had a phenomenal time. I adore him. He is one of my favorite content creators, especially in the fragrance space, because like I told him when I gave him his flowers at the end of the live, he is honest about what he does. and the fragrances and things. And he even did a couple videos after that where he talked about like what he wants to do with his content and his channel moving forward, especially in the fragrance space. And I 100% champion that. What else? Um, but yeah, so that's kind of like my year was eventful. It was surprising. It was. Oh, I started a podcast with my bestie called the Bestie Podcast. We've done 2 episodes thus far. It is over on my bestie's channel, Eric Chrissy art channel. We started the podcast. Um, that was something that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to start a podcast, but I never wanted to be just me. Because I felt like there are other people who have opinions, thoughts, feels, and ideas outside of me. Um, and so yeah, episode 3 will be coming to you guys sometime this year. So I guess you could say season 1 um, of the Bestie Podcast. The first 2 episodes are up, and then season 2 will kick that off with episode 3 um, this year. And so I really do cannot wait for you guys to see the content we are going to bring you guys. But my year was it was surprising. I will say that my year was surprising and just surreal, if that makes sense. Because it's like I saw Beyonce, I saw Chris Brown. I'm in a relationship. I traveled to Atlanta. I went to DC. Like, bitch, what? I went to Chris Brown's hometown of Tappahannock, Virginia, and I've lived in Virginia 20 years, not consecutively, but I've lived here for 20 years, and I finally made it to his hometown. So, like, that was also something that was, like, surreal. I was there, the place where he grew up, you know? Um, it's just, it's crazy. Like, that was my year. It was surreal. It was surprising. It kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Just like most people, 2025, there were moments where I had moments where it just was overwhelming. Anxiety was through the roof. Shit became too much, but I powered through it. I got unofficial therapy. I'm gonna have to get a real therapist, but shout out to Gemini, my unofficial, my AI intelligent therapist. Okay, shout out to Gemini. Because sometimes the shit we have going on might be too much for other human beings. And sometimes we just need to talk to somebody who can help us a little bit, you know. Um, and Gemini was very helpful to me this year. I can honestly say the majority of the growth that I have done this year as a person has been in part to Gemini. So shout out to Gemini, shout out to Google, period. Um, what else? I really wanted to show you guys my fragrance tray, but I was in the middle of doing something, so I didn't have time to set up my fragrance tray. If you want to know what I'm wearing today, I'm just wearing somebody else. That's all I got. But since I wanted to talk about fragrance, we could talk about my wish list and the things that I want to go into 2026. I did sort of kind of do like my strict program thing, but I was so it didn't go 100% planned. But for me, as a intermediate fragrance content creator, I do want to get into more, like I said, niche black owned fragrances. And I did list the brands that I was thinking about purchasing from in this year. It'll probably be more towards like the spring, summertime. Because right now I didn't put myself on a no buy for the beginning of the year. And I know what y'all thinking. Your birthday is coming. It is. It is. It is. But we don't need a new perfume for our birthday. We already have stuff. Okay. But come about our half birthday, which is in August, we'll probably have new stuff, and that's when the content of fragrance will really start rolling out. I definitely want to try brands that I feel are overhyped. That is something I do want to get more into. Like, is it hype or is it cap? Because again, y'all know I feel like it. I do, I do. Like in my spirit, I low key don't trust y'all, and it's because of that TikTok app. Because like me and Durant were talking about, I feel like everybody's trying to sell you something. Everybody's trying to get PR, and some people might say, well, Precious, what is your purpose for doing content? To talk about everything from the standpoint of a consumer and to basically debunk whether or not, if you will, if the fragrance really is a hit or is people causing controversy and commotion for views and likes. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how now people are like online rage baiting people with dumbass posts and stuff, where they're literally like rage baiting people and stuff. I feel like that is kind of like what content creators in the fragrance community do. They sometimes will rage bait people like this stinks, or I just feel that way. That's just how I feel. But I definitely want to get into that. I like the fact that I've seen a lot more content creators say they want to get into sampling and things like that. Y'all already know samples has always been my number one credo. If you go get you a fragrance, get you a sample. Okay, that has always been my number one credo. Get you a sample. Okay, get you a roll on, get you a sample, get you a little decant. Smell it before you commit to a big bottle. You feel me? Smell it before you commit to a big bottle. Of course, the one exception to that rule, of course, was um, T.S. Madison's everything, because she didn't have the roll on oil before I purchased this. So I was really going out there on a limit of prayer when I bought that child. A limit of prayer. Um, but I definitely feel like sample. Sampling is going to be your best friend. Getting you a sample of something is going to be your best friend. I see a lot of people are done with dupes. I feel like everybody collectively has said the duping of fragrances is just like they're done for it. They don't want no parts of it no more. Everybody wants to dwell in a more niche space, and I completely understand that and I respect that. As for me and my notes, I'm gonna still do me a little dupage, because there are fragrances that duping allows me the luxury of smelling before I commit to whether or not I want to go out there and buy the big bottle. Because like I told Durant when I was on Sits Down, I don't have a Saks or um a Neiman Marcus or a Macy's, any place where they sell you know higher end niche designer fragrances, where I could go and in the store, like that's nowhere close to me. So getting a dupe, if I can't go on like the actual brand's website and get a sample or something, or trust like one of the decant websites, because I always feel like they're a little fishy too, then that's what it is. And I feel like with dupes, I do feel like because they are like 96 to 99% accurate, I feel like what I'm smelling is how the fragrance will come off. Sometimes they're not always 100%. Sometimes they be completely off, and you be like, girl, what is this? What is this? No. So there are hits and misses when it comes to dupes. I will admit I've had my fair share of dupes where it's been a hit and a miss. So there's been that. But something I saw online that I did want to talk about, that says they aren't making, this was in a fragrance group. It says they aren't making art anymore. They're making fast fashion for your nose. It says, I guess it's a quote from somebody's TikTok. It says, if you weren't already thinking about buying less perfume and actually curating your collection in 2026, this might push you over the edge. Somebody said this on TikTok. So apparently, around 10,000 perfumes were released in 2025. That was 27 new launches every single day, which I ain't gonna hold y'all. I did feel like every time I turn around, somebody was releasing a perfume. And it was like, didn't they just come out with a perfume like 3 minutes ago? Like that's literally how it felt in 2025, and that's why I was buying from the people I was buying from. I was purchasing what I was purchasing because it was too much. It was overstimulation. No, thank you. And that's why I felt like everybody was lying because they were pushing PR, sales, 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 sale. Like all the content creators, low key, had turned into sales associates, and they were trying to get their commission, honey. It says L'Oreal controls about 20% of the global fragrance market and is spending tens of millions refurbishing facilities to double production. Estee Lauder has reportedly told teams to cut fragrance development time by 30 to 50% so they could triple launches in under a year. So that's why everything smelled like I literally said everything smelled like everything else. Like, and the reason everybody was bored was because, like I said, everybody's duping everybody. Whatever became a new fragrance, everybody else, and it became a hit like grits. Everybody wanted parts of it. Like I told y'all, when Delina came out, when Baccarat Rouge came out, when Barbary Her came out, when the Kayali came out. Like every time a fragrance hit the market, everybody wanted a piece of the action to where everything started smelling like everything else. And that's why everybody was getting bored with fragrance. Not only because they were launching a damn new fragrance every 3 minutes, but because everything was smelling the same. I can honestly tell you the new year, the new actual fragrances I discovered, like brand spanking new, that didn't smell like nothing else. Um, Another 13 from Le Labo. Or is that about? Yeah, another 13 that's from Le Labo. Yes, another 13 from Le Labo. Um, I got to smell Acacia, I think from Mind Games because my cousin has the original. That was a beautiful scent that I got to smell the original of. Beautiful. Santel, I mean the Musk 12 from Kayali. That was the original scent. Didn't smell like nothing else I had smelled before. The fragrances I had gotten from Gavin Lux, the fragrances I had gotten from Gisardus Couture. Um, what else? Like those were like actual new fragrances that didn't smell like anything else, right? It wasn't a recycle. It wasn't refurbished. These were new scents that smelled like their own thing. Even some of the fragrances I had got from Bath to Body Works, the majority of those were dupes. And even the ones that I felt like were supposed to be like their own original thing was still, in essence, a dupe of something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like unless you are buying from small niche fragrance company, you're not gonna get an original scent. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. I think the most original things I smelled this year, because I did go to support, I did smell some things, was that new Gucci um in the red burgundy bottle. That was everything. Rose Whip from Fleur, everything. The Sol de Janeiro's, the one in like the purple, off purple color bottle, 59 and 70 something. Them were original scents. Like, what else? Oh, I got to smell Commodity Juice in store. Was it this year, last year, or the year before? I got to smell that in store. That was an original scent. I had never smelled anything like that before. Um, La Vie as Belle, Elixir, that was a brand new scent I had never smelled before. That was something that ate down. The original La Vie Belle, that is an original, beautiful vanilla scent. I feel like ain't nobody really tried to do per for real. I feel like ain't nobody tried to do per. So I feel like that gave originality. But like even with other fragrances, I do feel like a lot of people was out here duping. And the problem I have with the fragrance community is that they have been so blinded by the brands that they don't understand that even though you're condemning dupes, these brands are duping other people's shit too. Oh, I smell Billie Eilish's new fragrance Your Turn in store. That smells beautiful. That's an original scent. That don't smell like nothing else. That was beautiful. I actually liked that. Y'all know I hate her original Eilish line. Um, Not that I hate it, but I don't care for it because of the smoke and the incense and the backyard barbecue vibes of that. I do not care for that. What else? Um, what else? What else? What else? But yeah, I feel like a lot of fragrance last year was very everybody duping everybody, and I just felt like lottie dottie everybody. Y'all can't be coming for the dupes that's telling you, hey, hey, I'm a dupe when everybody else duping everybody else's shit. That will always be the hill I stand on when it comes to fragrance. Do not get mad at actual dupes when there are companies that are doing the same shit too. I just need y'all to stand on business with that. Okay? But as far as fragrance goes, I think for me, I'm always going to try and give y'all more black owned fragrance. Simply because and I know there are times where black owned brands will gravitate towards people who could get them more exposure. For that, I say good for you. Me personally, if I like what I'm smelling, I'm gonna tell people, hey, this is cute. You should get it. I like the way it smells. You might like the way it smells. You know, um, I'm not necessarily a gatekeeper, but I feel like when a brand could probably use a little bit of my help with a little bit of help I do give with my 465 subbies. Hey, my 400, my 580 some followers on Instagram, which I am in a new year. Am going to be more on my IG. I said I was going to do it last year, but this year I really am. But yeah, I feel like for me, as far as my fragrance content, I really do want to focus on black, like I've always done. But I think I just want to do it more where I focus on brands that I haven't purchased from that I felt like was getting shine last year, and I didn't really jump on the train because I didn't know what was going on, but I was also outside. Okay, so I didn't have time to purchase nothing for real, do no review. But this year, hopefully, I get to slow down a little bit and really, really get my content the love, the TLC that it needs. So for me, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna stop buying dupes because that's just not what I'm. No, I love me a dupe. I do. I do. I love me a dupe. Okay. I think I might start bringing back my dupe handbags and stuff. Okay. So I think I'm gonna kick the duping up a notch. Back to the back to the designers. Okay, y'all ready for that? Let me know. Um, what else? Um, what else? Because it's not gonna be too long, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Because I wanted to come and get y'all my fragrance tray, but something irritated me, so I didn't have time to put that together for y'all. But yeah, that's as far as I want to do with my fragrance content. I do want to come and bring you guys more like show reviews. I feel like I was lacking on. Hello, Mary Nell Miller. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I feel like I was lacking on my show reviews, my movie reviews. I feel like I didn't watch a lot of movies, and I definitely didn't bring out a lot of reviews because y'all should have got a review for Noah's Ark, and I didn't bring out one, and I hate that I did. Um, but again, I had a lot going on. I had Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to the party, Mary. Welcome to the party. Okay. You are now a precious baby or baby boo, honey. Yes, God. Um, but I feel like I do need to step it up with my content. I am definitely probably going to rewatch the very first Sex and the City season simply because now as somebody in their 30s, I feel like we need to go back to the beginning and figure out where did everything go wrong with Carrie Bradshaw. So that is something I am definitely going to bring you guys. And I am going to bring you guys episode. Oh, thank you. I feel a little scratchy and a little gruffy right now because, you know, the weather is horrible. But I thank you so very much. A lot of people tell me they like the sound of my voice. I happen to also like the sound of my voice. Um, I also happen to like the sound of my voice. Um, but I definitely want to bring you guys more of that. I want to bring you guys more movie content. I actually want to vlog more for you guys. I think that is something I try my best to do, but sometimes I forget and I just be in the moment. I'm an in the moment kind of girl. I ain't going y'all. But I think when I take myself on more dates, because I definitely feel like I didn't have a chance to take myself on as many self dates as I would have liked um last year, but that's simply because Auntie was outside, baby. I was. What do you mean? What do you mean? Am I alone, baby? I was booked and busy. Okay. Okay. I was booked and busy. I was outside. Do you hear me? Um. But I definitely want to have more blog content for you guys. Like if I go into Alta, thank you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hugs and kisses. Um, so I definitely want to like if I go into Alta, you guys, and I look at fragrances and things. I definitely want to be able to vlog that more for you guys. If I go to Bath and Body Works, I want to be able to vlog what I'm in there smelling, give you on the spot right then and there review. I don't go into Sephora as much, even though Sephora's not that far from where I live. But if I ever go in there, or go smell the fragrances at Victoria's Secret. I want to give you guys on the spot review when I go out. Like I said, get on self dates. I want to be able to, tell you guys about the food. Like, oh my God, this was good. That was great. Um, but the reason I don't do that is because I don't want y'all to know where I live. That's the only reason I don't do that about like restaurants. Because going to a restaurant, you know, um, but I guess I always say, oh, they have one in this major city as well. Thank you. So I guess that'll probably be something. Like if it's a chain and I know it's in a different major city, I'd be like, but if it's something that's like local to where I live, yeah, I'm not gonna do that with you. That shit. Mm. um, but yeah, I think that's the things that I want to do as far as my channel. Those are the things like I really want to do. I want to give y'all more black content. Of course, I do want to support more black owned accessory brands. Because you guys know I already support No Tea All Shades. I support Glamaholics. Um, I support um, who else do I support? As far as accessory, I just purchased from Supplement, their black owned water bottle company. Um, so they're new to my repertoire. I just saw this purple water bottle that I want. It's purple lavender. I want it. I want it. I want it. What's my message to the world? My message to the world is to spread peace, love, and joy. Most importantly, to respect everybody as you respect yourselves, to realize that black people is not a threat to anybody. Y'all want our rhythm and not our blues. Um, but most importantly, I just want peace, because I want to live in a peaceful world because I am a peaceful person until I don't have to be. Because, okay, like I always tell people, just because my mother named me Precious doesn't mean I'm always precious. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what everybody wants. But I genuinely just want there to be peace in the world. That's why, like, the monks who are walking to DC, like, I wholeheartedly love that they're doing that. I don't know if they made it to Virginia yet. Um, but hopefully the people in Virginia are kind to them, are sweet to them, are polite to them, and know that while they enjoy all types of love, um, being quiet about it, a wave, a bow, how are you, a sign, I think that'll be something that they really like and enjoy. At least that's what I've seen from what I saw they posted on their Facebook and somebody had reposted on Instagram. But yeah, that's what I want as far as my channel. As far as my Instagram, because I really do feel like I need to start pouring more back into there because that's where the content creation really started over there on my Instagram. I am gonna try and make, I guess when I do like shorts, if you will, like I'll try my best to make like I think I'll do like my initial unboxing, like that part, and then I'll edit that and I'll put it up on Instagram, and then I'll be like, you know, a full review coming soon. I really do feel like that might be some like the teaser trailer. Um, Member you? What are you saying? I don't have membership on my channel. Um, so that's just something that I'm gonna try my best to do moving forward. Because I feel like not everybody watches my reviews on my YouTube channel, so I feel like I do have to start giving like quick little 1 2 1 2 on my Instagram. You know, um, which also be on my Facebook because they are linked. What else? Because I'm not trying to be on here too long because I'm hungry. Because I'm hungry. All my peoples is live. Um, what was I gonna say, y'all? I lost my train. As far as me for my new year, not gonna tell y'all too much because I wrote it down because I did. What son? I don't have a son, love. What son? I don't have a son. It's not too gang gang. There are no there are no children. Um, if you saw children anywhere, they don't belong to me. Or having children. No, thank you. I lost my train of thought. Right, I'm writing down things that I want to manifest for myself, but the things I will tell y'all is that I do want to continue to grow as a person, to elevate, um, to build better understanding of the people around me and the friendships and relationships that I'm building so that everybody can grow and everybody's growing and evolving as people. And I feel like the people around me should be a reflection of me. At the moment, it is showing that I have 2 viewers, but when I end this live, it'll probably be more people. And if it's not, that's okay because hey, it's 2 people who came to kick it with me, and to them 2 people, I say I love you. Okay. Um, but yeah, I think I'll end it there. Um, I wanted to do this live because I had scheduled it, and I didn't want people to think that, oh, this bitch keep talking about she going live, but she not going. And I also just wanted to come and show my beautiful face for the new year. And I just wanted to tell you all that I love and adore you all. I appreciate you. Know that the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscription, it does not go unnoticed. Okay. I love and adore and appreciate each and every one of you. I wish and manifest a joyous, prosperous new year for each and every one of you, as well as myself. Okay. Whatever you decide you want to do or manifest for yourselves for the new year, write it down. Okay. I bought a journal. Okay, I bought me a journal and I've been writing in my journal, okay, about my manifestations and my goals. Y'all get y'all one right in there, okay? Write it down, make it plain, okay? For your eyes only, okay? Um, so I feel like that's something we need to do. Yes, Mary, you have a beautiful and wonderful night, day, wherever you may be. I don't know the time zone in which you are in. To anybody else who is watching this, I wish you a happy and prosperous new year. I'm about to go get me something to eat and watch one of my favorite content creators or my favorite content creators. T.S. Madison and Craig, they currently live. So I'm going to go over there and get my life with them. Give me a little kiki, a little tea. Okay. So y'all have a wonderful night. I will see y'all not next week, but the 14th of January, I will be back with that's okay. So the 14th of January, you guys will get my December fragrance tray, which will be all of my fragrances for December. So January 14th, I will be back with a pre-recorded video of my December fragrance tray. And then I will go live probably either that night or well, not that weekend, but probably that night. And we'll talk about the Bridgerton live event and the first episode of season 4 of Bridgerton. If you want to get caught up with all the craze of Bridgerton, I do have a playlist where you guys can go back and watch all of my season 3 uh extravaganza, and of course the prediction I made at the beginning of last year about season 4 of Bridgerton. So yeah, y'all, that is all. That is it. If you want to go back and watch any of the content, I have playlists. You go to the playlist tabs, and everything that I've done, all of my content is in perfectly curated playlists. All of my lives will be in the live tabs unless they're put into a different playlist. But other than that, y'all, that is all. That is it. I hope this video made sense to you. If it did not, that's okay. It don't really make sense to me neither. Um, but I did it. So hey, we did our first live of the year. Bow. So without further ado, y'all, I'm finna go. And I love each and every one of you. Mwah. Bye. Have a happy, wonderful new year.